Angelina Jordan, Rehearsal at Last is the name of the song. Back in 2014, so that would make her 8 years old, I believe, right? So, a rehearsal. I, yeah, I don't know what to expect. I haven't seen this before, so this doesn't look familiar to me at all. But let's go ahead and take a watch and see what happens. I'm sure it's going to be more excellence as always. You know those moments when she closes her eyes and she's just, it's like, I'm sorry. But at 8 years old, I mean, she's, her and the song are one, okay? And I've said this before in a lot of other videos, but it just always strikes me that I know there are a lot of young kids that can sing really well. And a few names that pop into my mind, I remember Jackie Ovanko, the first time I saw her, I think it was on one of the talent shows. I don't know if it was America's Got Talent or one of the other ones, and she was one, and there's a bunch of them, and now they're all grown up, most of them. I'm old, okay? Don't be a hater. Yeah, Jackie Ovanko, I don't know how many years ago that was now, but she's like all grown up. She's probably got kids of her own singing. Who knows? But I can't come up with any of the other names, but I was unprepared as usual. So. Anyway, she just, but a lot of them are just, you can tell that, to me, it looks to me like, not all of them, of course. Whenever I say, sometimes I have a really bad habit of saying always, never, everybody, that kind of thing. And it's very seldom the case that it's everything, okay? And I don't mean to sound that way because it's not, but I think the vast majority of the child singers that are really good are trained to be good, and they are. And they've been practicing and coached and everything else. And I think Angelina's had some coaching and so on along the way. I don't really know that for a fact. I'd be surprised if her family didn't try to support her talents and get her whatever they felt was necessary. But in Angelina's case, she just has that something extra, and the extra thing I think is just a connection to the song. She's got an emotional connection to the past, to the song, and to us. It's like a conduit; it just goes around. The past back to us, back through her. It has to pass through her, otherwise it's just, the past is still the past. You and I can be connected to that somehow, probably. Somehow, I don't know how. It has to come through Angelina. She has the connection, and she passes it on to us. That's another connection, and it's just it just goes like this, right? Yeah, it sounds like Steve. What are you talking about? Shut up and get back to the music, will you? Yeah, let's do that. Anyway, this is amazing, and I touched the mouse, and that's always a mistake. Okay, here we go. Let's get back to business. If you're done.
Yes, are we ready?
How lucky are you guys? Got a good close up of me. Um, I should be embarrassed, but I'm not. So, uh, it's a rehearsal. Lighten up, Angelina. My goodness, okay? She's just, it's her. It's her. That's who Angelina is. She is music, okay? And at that age, 8 years old, 2014 would make her 8 years old, I believe, unless depending on. I mean, she's born January 10th, so if it's 2014, I mean, there's only 10 days that she's not 8 years old. The rest of the day she's 8 years old, right? And the first 10 days she's 7. So, well, that was some high math right there. Where's my slide rule? What they say? So, you see, she's in the song. The song's in her. She passes it on to us. We feel it. She feels it. You see her, the way she holds the mic, the way she stands there, the way her hand gestures are, the way she looks. She closes her eyes. She puts her head back. She puts her head this way. Everything she does is music. It's music. Everything is music. It's her. And at 8 years old, I mean, I'm not. You can't pretend that at 8 years old. If you're an 8-year-old, I mean, we've all been kids and we've all been around kids, I think, for the most part, and probably got little relatives and so on. When you get to be my age, they're the grandkids, great grandkids, that kind of stuff. So, we've all been around, and how many 8-year-olds? Number one, let's start with the lyrics. How many 8-year-olds could remember those lyrics? Let alone sing them. Okay, you know what I mean? I don't know if I can remember them. Even in my days when I was spot on, right? So yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And how many songs are in her head? Not just that one, but at that age there already, she sang what the ones on Norway's Got Talent. There's what 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, right? Yeah, there was Gloomy Sunday, Bang Bang. No, the next one was. My favorite one too. I'm a Fool to Want You, and then Bang Bang, then Summertime. So there was 4 of them, and wow, I'm impressed myself that I remember all that. So lyrics, all those lyrics, right? No cue cards, no teleprompters. She's got to know all that stuff, and she's a little kid, you know. That's a lot, I think. Just remembering the lyrics. Now you're going to sing them. You got to remember the melody. What to do when and all that. But that's all in her. I guess she doesn't really have to remember any of it. The lyrics you got to kind of remember. I don't know if you can bring that from the past or not. Maybe, but she also has to a lot of times shorten the songs for various reasons. Time elements and so on, especially with the performances on TV. So, think of all that at 8 years old. You kidding me? I think a lot of the professional artists probably don't even do that for themselves. Somebody else does it for them. They just get up there and they practice it a few times with the band and off they go. Well, maybe a bunch of times. I don't know. I'm not a musician. I've never been an artist like that. I've been on stage a few times, but not like that. So, and I've actually sung songs on stage. You guys want to know a secret? Is anybody listening? I was in My Fair Lady. I think some people call it Pygmalion. And I was Eliza Doolittle, who was the lead female character. I was her father, Alfred P. Doolittle. And I got to sing Get Me to the Church on Time and I'm Getting Married in the Morning. And fortunately, those 2 songs don't require a great voice. You just got to be enthusiastic. So I did my best to be enthusiastic. And some of my friends, at one point, there's a scene where it's Get Me to the Church on Time where I'm out basically carousing. My last night as a free man, right? I'm getting married in the morning. And some of my friends, there was a pewter mug that was supposed to have a little bit of water in it for me because I was supposed to guzzle it down like I'm guzzling down a beer, right? Well, some of my friends put beer in there. And they probably didn't know this, but my whole life, I don't know why, I don't have the ability to burp. It sounds like a seal barking when I burp, okay? And it's not really a burp. It's like some people go, they make a big noise. I've never been able to do that. I don't know whether it's a learned skill or something wrong with me or whatever. Maybe that's why I got a raspy voice. My burper is broke. But in any case, uh, so carbonated beverages are not one of my favorites. They just don't. The bubbles, it's the bubbles. So if I'm gonna drink something like a root beer or Pepsi or something like that, I put it in my mouth and I swish it all around, get all the bubbles out first, and I swallow it. I have my whole. I'm 68 years old, and it's still to this day that's what I do if I'm going to drink a carbonated beverage, which I seldom do because I don't. You know, it's almost more work than it's worth. And I haven't had any beer or anything like that in years. Back since I think the last time I had anything to drink substantially was back in mid '80s, '85, I think. I just after a while just kind of got away from that, got into work and other things, and away from the playtime stuff. So the I don't even remember what the point of the story was. Oh my god, I'm out of control. So. Uh, so I was telling the story about My Fair Lady. So they put beer in this pewter mug, and I was expecting a little bit of water in there, and it was beer, and it was filled almost to the top, and I had to chug that on stage in front of everybody. Of course, I wasn't supposed to have beer. I was too young to be drinking it anyway, and my buddies are over there snickering over in the background. Because what am I supposed to? I was supposed to finish the mug and then throw it to these other guys, for like a refill. And now I got to drink it, otherwise they're all going to get splattered with beer. So it's like, oh my goodness, I had to try to choke that down. Now I drank a lot of beer, so it's not like that wasn't the problem. It was the bubbles. Okay, so anyway, quick story at Uncle Steve's story time here. So I'm used to being. I've been on stage a number of times. I was in a lot of plays in school. I also sang in the chorus and like South Pacific and some other things. And to be honest with you, the reason I was even on stage was because my mother was trying to find ways to keep me in school. She thought I was going to just drift off, if you will, never graduate. I mean, I was smart enough to graduate, but I just didn't have any interest in school. So between sports and being in plays and stuff, that kept me there. And my mother was a wise woman, and I did graduate, and I was able to make it through with her assistance. And just to give her a little more credit, we won't talk. I already talked about the beer story. We'll leave this other one for another day. But so she, but Angelina, you look at Angelina at 8 years old. I mean, to me, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. I mean, that's a skill in itself, just to know the lyrics. To have that many lyrics in your head. And I don't care if you practice it 100 times. It's still, it's not just a one song. She's at this age, she's already done a whole bunch of songs, and I think she could pop them off, bam, just like that. I don't know if that's a fact, but I think so, because you seldom see her mess up lyrics. And remember, she modifies a lot of the songs too for timing and so on. So it's not even just the lyrics; it's the modified lyrics. Where do you cut it off? Where do you pick it back up? I don't think there's anything easy about any of that stuff, even for an adult. Honestly, after a certain amount of time and a certain number of songs, it's just like, where do you have room in your head for all that stuff? So I'll quit rambling on. You guys all know I'm an Angelina fan, so are you, and that's why we're all here. So I don't have to try to convince you that she's a musical genius, a prodigy, a wonder. I also like to refer to her sometimes as a beacon of hope, really. That's why I'm here. When I heard her do I Put a Spell on You way back when, over 4 years ago, I was like, there is hope for humanity. I was kind of giving up, and she turned it around for me. So not that I was giving up like nothing real bad. It's just you look around the world and you're thinking, what happened? And then you get caught up as you get older. You get caught up in all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's good. It's good to have Angelina in my life to give me something positive to focus on. And she's the best singer I've ever heard, period. And I've listened to music my entire life. And, I've gone through I was watching the Beatles get off the boat back in the 60s when they came here from England to America. I was around then. I watched it on black and white TV, and that's what most of their earlier videos were, all in black and white, because that's all there was. There was no color TV or color videos. So, I was there. I saw it. I was around during Woodstock and all the other stuff. And I saw music, Elvis come on the scene, and I was around for all that stuff, and they're great in their own right. They're all great. All the old ones are great in their own way. But Angelina just has something else, and I don't know what it is. I've been trying to explain it. I've been trying to articulate it, and it's a struggle because I don't know what it is. I don't even know where to start. I'm calling it, for lack of a better word, a connection. She has some kind of connection to the past, I believe. Some people might say reincarnation, all that. I don't know if I can't say I don't believe in reincarnation. I believe we all are connected. I believed that for a long time. I don't know what the connection is or how it works or anything like that. I just believe that it's true. That's why sometimes you get deja vu. Something that you go somewhere that you've never been before and you recognize it. I think we're all connected in some way, that we're able to. We have these little flashes of recall of something that we never actually did, but we think we remember for some reason. I don't know if that's true. Just me speculating. And Angelina has that ability to not only connect to the past, but she's able to uh, give it to us through her voice, and get that emotion to travel along with that connection and get into us. I think most of you feel the same way. There's certain songs that she does. I mean, it's just, well, for example, "Million Miles," her original song there, and dedicated to her grandfather. I mean, right from the first note of that song, I start getting emotional because I know the context, and I know it's personal to her, and I feel for her right out of the gate. Matter of fact, if I'm going to listen to it, I start getting emotional while I'm trying to get it ready to go. And it's because there's an empathy there. Have I been an empathy kind of a person most of my life? Not really. I don't think so. I mean, I try to be, but there's times when you aren't. When people that you don't know and you're not connected with, it's kind of hard to be real empathetic. But Angelina has a way. She has it that way. She wants to reach the entire world with her music, and that is a beautiful thing. And that's why I'm here. And I've been talking for like 9 million years. So if I don't get off of here, you guys will all be asleep. I'll probably edit all this stuff out anyway. I'm just talking to amuse myself, I guess. So you guys have a nice day. Thanks for watching. I'm glad you're here, and we'll see you later. I don't know if I should leave this stuff on. You guys can just click out anyway anytime you want, so you don't have to listen to it. But have a nice day. I hope you guys. We only got 2 days left before Angelina's new song drops, and next month her album apparently is going to be out. So everything's looking good. Those are the next steps to world icon. So we're almost there. I will stop talking now, and bye bye. Have a nice day. Thanks for being here.